What's up, Killjoys? Anarchy tuning in here before we get into this broadcast. As you probably realize, these are older broadcasts back from when we first started. They are a great place to start listening or catch up. But the only issue is that back then we were new to the game and had no clue how far BLI's reach was. So we just threw any song that tickled our fancy into the mix. But some of them were owned by BLI, making it a big old pain to get up on things like YouTube. So what we've done for the episodes where we weren't smart enough to use music that BLI didn't control is we've just cut the music out. Bummer, I know, but don't worry. Luckily, it only took us till broadcast 8 to figure it out, so that's where the rocking tunes return. Alternatively, if you would rather listen to the broadcast with the tunes, and I don't blame you, the links to where you can will be in the description. Keep it rockin', Killjoys, and on to the broadcast.
I hope you children enjoyed that throwback from the infamous and almighty Dr. D and our favorite Fab Four. They've been long dusted and gone, but their music lives on. I'm Sunshine Soldier, and I want to start off this broadcast by announcing some special news. My Coyote pack with Agent Anarchy and Shadow Crystal has grown into a full-blown Coyote Crew. Welcoming Dreamcatcher Grenade and Banshee Strike to the mix, we now have a full house. No more room for cruising around in this car. Every seat is filled. We might just have to find a spot to park it all and set up shop soon.
Sure thing, Sunshine. You've been saying that for a week now, but the only time you've parked the car was to refill the tank. You've heard my voice before on the waves, but I'll say my name again. This is Agent Anarchy here. I stole the mic to tell all you listeners that sometimes Sunshine is full of it. For now, they can stick to navigating while Dreamcatcher and I run the show.
Dreamcatcher speaking. That's right, I'm here, and I hope my voice is clear. You may have heard of me if your name starts with the letter S. The name's Dreamcatcher Grenade. I ran my own broadcast for a while before Sunshine and Shadow Crystal crashed into me. Now it's all one big family on the waves for everyone to enjoy. Let's get this party moving and grooving with our next song. Cyanide Thrill dropped us a line requesting a bouncy beat called Tin Pan Boy by Youngblood.
Phew! Good choice from Cyanide Thrill. And remember, listeners, any of you can drop us a line to request any song you like. Leave your Killjoy name too, so everyone knows who requested the funky beats. That song is certainly one to keep in every Motor Baby's arsenal. What do you think, Dreamcatcher?
Couldn't agree more. Gonna go help navigate while Anarchy drops some news from the zones for you all, but I'll be back to tell you all about the happenings in the City of Annoying White Light.
Keep it snappy, Anarchy. We gotta refuel soon, and I don't want to be sitting dead in the sand waiting for a date with the Phoenix Witch.
You're on nav duty for a reason, Sunshine, and it's because you're killing my buzz. Now let's get jiggy with some news from the zones. To get us all started, we have a story from an avid listener named Sunflower Fool. Sunflower and a rock and roller calling himself Ghost Rat were rolling through Zone 3 when things really started to kick up. A sleek Drac Trans Am rolled up, and pretty soon they were both fighting tooth and nail in a standoff. A hotshot Drac tried to hijack Ghosty's bike, but being a real motor baby, Ghosty lit up like a firecracker. It was all real back guano for a hot minute or two, but our two heroes ended it by taking off into the sunset together, leaving a wake of dusted Dracs in their trail. Let this be a reminder to all you beauties out there, it's not over till Phoenix Witch is carrying you off to meet with those we've lost. We've also received word from Zone 4 sent in by a listener calling himself Cyanide Battery. Cyanide and their crew have stumbled upon an old hideout of theirs that has plenty of room to spare. So if any of you desert beauties are wandering around looking for a crew or somewhere to stay, go on by and say hello. We all need a helping hand out there in the zones sometimes. And in other news, it's getting really hot out here. And no, the porno droids haven't made it to the zones. I'm talking the weather forecast. As always, we're expecting scorching highs of 100 plus, with the possibility of scattered showers of acid rain in zones 1 through 4. So bust out the acid-repellent umbrellas and high-powered sunblock, because you'll need it in the foreseeable future. Unless the BLI medication factory in Zone 2 goes down, we're always looking at a chance of some slight showers. But despite the showers, the swap meet organized by the Pixelated Breakers crew went off without a hitch. We've heard resounding gossip all over the sands that the only hang-up in attendance was Tommy Chow Mein and his breakneck prices on Cactus Lemonade. But there has been one ripple in the sandy pond we'll call the zones for this carnival affair, and that's been the increased Drac presence in zones 2, 6, 1, and 7. It looks like a regular raid is working its way into the zones, so if I were you, Killjoys, I'd steer clear of those zones, just like Sunshine is steering us up to a refuel point.
Come on, wrap it up. We can't broadcast while we're dead in the sand.
We call ourselves Killjoys, but Sunshine really puts it in the name. But for now, this disc jockey is spinning this zone tactic hit that was suggested by a fellow listener calling themselves Adrenaline Earthquake. This one is called Modern Day Kane by I don't know how, but they found me.
Great suggestion, Adrenaline Earthquake. While Sunshine was fueling us up, I jumped ship from nav duty and now Anarchy's taking my place. I hope you're all ready to hear some news from Battery City. The first thing we've got is some news on our fellow Joy's dead harmonica triplicate, who was last seen gunning it for the city. We've heard from some of our sources from inside the city that they made it into the perimeter, but that's all we know. I hope they're doing alright, but we'll have to keep our ear to the waves on this one. If any of you Joys needed a reminder of why you ran from the city, the sound of the school sirens might remind you. Yes, that's right, it's back to school in the city, the time of the year where the bright creative types of the city are brainwashed into perfect city members. A quick reminder to all you runners out there, this is a big time for runaways, as some smart rebels figure out what's going on and bolt to the city. Our very own Anarchy is one of these runaways.
You bet your ass like, Sunshine, watch the sand dunes! Destroyer, help me, where did you learn to drive?
You didn't have a problem with it when we were hightailing it from some Drax last week. Besides, you couldn't change a tire if your life depended on it.
Ahem. As I was saying, you may see some young faces wandering the vast desert, so stop and give them a hand. Someone's got to teach them the way of rebellion, and the more on our side, the less on theirs. Next up, we got some news from the Juvie Hall kids. We mentioned this kicking gang of rebels in our last broadcast, but to jog your memory, the Juvie Halls are some true mother bodies. A rebel group hiding out in the city with the goal of bringing art and music back to the masses. In that vein, we got a wave of a secret concert going on in an abandoned warehouse in the outskirts of the city. If you're somehow hijacking this signal in the city, head on down, as well as Killjoys that are crazy, brave enough to sit back in the city to party all night at the show. Those who take the risk and go will be treated in a lineup of the best underground names the zones and city has to offer, but be sure to keep your mask on and gun close while you're jamming, as this is going to be a target for drags. But to the Juvie Halls putting this on, we salute you. I hope Destroyer and the Phoenix Witch watch over you all. Speaking of tunes out here in the zones, I'm spinning our next track, a personal anthem if I'm honest, Shut Me Up by Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Man, every time I hear that song, it reminds me of just how good that band really is.
You just have the hots for their bassist, but honestly, don't we all?
Shut it! Now, I'm back on the mic, and Shadow Crystal is driving us to destinations unknown. I don't know if any of you Joys are driving around to locations undecided, but we got a special treat for your travels. If anyone tuning in right now is fond of spoken word poetry, we received a submission from one duster called Silver Shock. And let me tell you kids, it's killer. It's so good we wanted to share it with you right here on the waves. You can't see the desert in Battery City. Your window is black glass, reflecting your face, small and afraid. You don't know why you keep looking out. It's always white light and fear, 1,000 variations of the same theme. You can't see the sky either. Or maybe you can, and it's just black too. Maybe there is no sky, only glass, fragile and unbreakable. A cage made to convince you to imprison yourself. You've never seen the desert, but it fills your dreams. You don't know what sand feels like between your fingers, but you wake up grasping for the warmth, still tasting grit under your tongue. Your veins are singing with the sunshine that never makes it into the city. You look at your reflection and don't recognize who you see. When you close your eyes, your mind is filled with colors you don't understand. Your world is black and white and silent. Shallow breaths and the chill of glass. Not bright colors and reckless love like this one you dream of. You don't belong there. But as you close your eyes and let the colors fill your mind, you want to. You feel so distant, 3 steps removed from even your own body, but you still dream of that desert. More than anything, you want to belong there. And one day you think, why not? All at once your body is yours again and you can't stop running. The glass shatters around you like you always feared it would. But you're not afraid anymore. You're free. You've never seen the desert before this moment, but now it's stretched out all around you, miles and miles of color and life. You did it. Finally, finally, you're home.
Wow, Sunshine, you weren't kidding when you said that was some good stuff.
I know. The Killjoys out here in the zones got some real talent, and we love hearing your talents. Zone Rats, this is just our friendly little reminder to drop us a line if you got any special talents that we can broadcast here on the waves.
Hey, what about over there?
Good eye out there, Anarchy. Well, we got some good news, Groovers. The Coyote Crew might have just found a hole to hide in, away from the eyes of the man. Just in time, too, with some scrambled static singing that Course was on his way to break up our little party. No worries though, listeners. I'm sure we can get set up with a tracker cracker so we'll be safe for a quick breather before heading back out into the desert plains. For now, we're signing off from the waves so we can get settled in. I'm Sunshine Soldier.
I'm Agent Anarchy, Shadow Crystal is steering us home, and Banshee Strike is kicking it in the back seat.
And finishing it up, I'm Dreamcatcher Grenade. We'll catch you all on the static next time, Killjoys.